Lost World Minute by Minute podcast reviewing the 1997 sequel to Jurassic Park, 1 minute at a time. I'm Brad.
I'm Dave.
And this episode we're talking about minute 12 of The Lost World. Dave, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
That's the way. We've had some interesting new stuff come out this past week regarding Jurassic World and a certain set piece or set from that film that's getting a bit of a revamp.
Indeed, we got the Universal recently redressed the Indominus enclosure from the first Jurassic World and made it kind of a bit of an aged look. I think was the intention behind it, and so it looks like we might get a cameo of the Indominus Rex enclosure sometime in the next movie.
Yeah, I Real Tours tweeted out that it was under the construction, and they'll refacing the set. They I can't remember the name of it. What's the name of the ranch there that owns it? It's not Kalora Ranch.
Yeah, something. Everybody calls it Jurassic Ranch because it's where they filmed a lot of the Gallimimus scenes and stuff like that.
Yep, yeah, the Jurassic Ranch over in Hawaii. They took ownership of the set after Jurassic World come out, and those that have seen photos of the set have seen it's really just a wall and the door, all the glass viewing area and all that was a set over at Six Flags when the film was being done. But they got
that was actually there. There was, I think the interior was of that glass box and all that. That was actually there. If you look at it.
Oh, okay.
The set pictures that they did.
Yep.
Yeah, that glass box is there.
Oh, okay. Yep. So that's all getting a revamp. I remember it would have been a few months after Jurassic World's release. A lot of that set started to fall apart because being plywood and set materials, it wasn't holding up to the tropics that well. And the branch done a bit of a restoration on it themselves. But even now, seeing half it, it's been done now. But seeing the initial photos of it being half rebuilt, you see a lot of old rotten timber and that. It's just not built to last like the actual thing would be. But no, with that and the Main Street photos we've seen, it looks like we're back on Nublar for some extended time.
Mm-hmm. That was one of those pieces of plywood. There's a little secret hidden based on the original script of Jurassic World, where the Indominus Rex was at first the Diabolus Rex.
Yeah. And
there's one of the timbers is spray painted D-Rex set.
That'd have to be a little wink from the set builders, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what it actually implies is it going to be a night shot with a team walking past it or a day shot? Is the Indominus still alive? Is its siblings still alive? We'll find out in just over a year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if that's all you want to throw in for that, we'll get into this episode's minute.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's do it. As the 11th minute of The Lost World ended, Hammond was starting to name off the other three members of the team going to the island. Nick Van Owen, the video documentarian, Eddie Carr, the field equipment expert, and a third member, paleontologist, which he puts under his arm, hiding from Malcolm. As the 12th minute of Lost World opens, Hammond hopes that Dr. Ian Malcolm would be the fourth member of the team. At 11 minutes and 5 seconds, Hammond begins to walk around from behind his desk, taking Malcolm by the hand, saying that since the accident in the park, that InGen has been on the verge of Chapter 11, and there's been members of the board that have been wanting to take control of InGen from him. At 11 minutes and 22 seconds, Hammond tells Malcolm about how a couple of weeks ago, a British family on a yacht cruise stumbled upon Site B, and their little girl was injured, but reassures him that she's fine. At 11 minutes and 49 seconds, we get the trailer line from Hammond. It's only a matter of time before this lost world is found and pillaged. At 11 minutes and 46 seconds, Hammond continues with public support is the only thing that can help him to save the animals on the island, and he needs a complete photo record of those animals alive and in the natural habitat. At 11 minutes and 58 seconds, Malcolm responds, so you went from capitalist to naturalist in just 4 years. And this ends the 12th minute of The Lost World. So we start minute 12 with Hammond hoping that Malcolm would be the fourth. With all the back history that we know about the Jurassic Park incident, what chance did he have of getting Malcolm to go? And he hasn't brought the checkbook out yet either.
No, he hasn't.
And we also get a bit of dialogue here about InGen's been on the verge of Chapter 11 since the accident on the park, which again makes you wonder if they've been selling or what their revenue stream's been like since then. If all those lawsuits and the millions spent that we heard in the deleted scene are true, then if they're on the verge of Chapter 11, that was pretty much all their money that they had gone in lawsuits and that sort of thing. So,
well, lawsuits and the fact that building Jurassic Park was probably a very expensive project. Not only did he build the Isla Nublar resort, but he had sort of like almost completed the Jurassic Park San Diego project that he was initially going to create. And so that probably sunk a lot of money into creating that. And so for InGen to not have any revenue from it whatsoever, from the Jurassic Park project, it's just, I'm sure that had a huge impact on their revenue.
Yeah, especially when Ludlow says later on that the Jurassic Park San Diego facility can be up and running in a matter of months. Like, that's how close they got to having it built, having it completed before they abandoned the idea, and it's just dumbfounded or boggles the mind that they could go and have all the money spent on that and then have no return on investment from it, and then go and spend a hell of a lot more money on the island idea. It's a wonder someone wasn't calling for Hammond's head back then from the board.
I don't doubt that they weren't.
But alas, it will be something we probably will never see or know more about. And we also get he brings up here that he's been able to stop them from exploiting the island. Up until now, we get the recap of Kathy and the British family on a yacht cruise stumbling on the island. Confirmation that the girl's fine. And the board using it to take control of InGen from Hammond, which we've seen pretty much in the last Ludlow scene.
Yeah, that's probably also what contributed to the cutting of that deleted boardroom scene, was the fact that, kind of like in Star Wars: A New Hope, when Lucas cut the scene where Han Solo meets Jawa, because pretty much all the dialogue had already been covered by Greedo in the cantina.
Yeah.
Was a lot of the dialogue that Ludlow had said in that boardroom scene is already covered in this scene, and it was just a matter of which scene is more important to the plot. In effect, this scene is probably more important to the plot, which is why that scene was cut.
Yeah, it's sort of screenwriting 101. If someone's already described, or if you've already got one scene describing something, you don't have another repeat scene 5 minutes later. There's a few films at present that have come out that sort of do that sort of thing, and it's worse off for it. The audience isn't that stupid. You only have to tell them once. But then we get the famous line, "It's only a matter of time before this lost world is found and pillaged." Name drop of the title in there. And he needs public support.
Funny because we never exactly get a full name drop of. There's no naming it the Lost World. It's just this Lost World. It's kind of like in The Dark Knight, where nobody ever effectively says The Dark Knight in the scene in the movie. It's just A Dark Knight. It's never about. Or they never say the actual title in the movie. So if you're looking for the title in the movie, you're not going to find it. It's like Jurassic Park, where they said Jurassic Park multiple times.
Yeah, that's it. And so yeah, he needs public opinion to rally support to protect the island. With a complete photo record of the animals living alive in their habitats. I'd love to see that video.
Yeah, I would too. I'd love to see the. If Hammond's team had been successful, I would have loved to have seen the kind of shots that Nick Van Owen had got on that island.
Mm. Yeah, it's hard to compare now to sort of the work of Attenborough and that all those documentaries he does at the moment. But go back to 93, or actually 96, 97, to what was coming out there, and I was still doing some great photography. They didn't have all the miniature cameras and that sort of stuff. Where I suppose with the dinosaurs you wouldn't need cameras on ants or
No.
anything like that. But yeah, just even the promotional stuff to say, here, I've got this video, got this documentary of dinosaurs alive on an island, we created them, and here they are, we want to protect them. I just, first the denial, the skeptics, even showing them, going, yeah, this is good CG work, and
Yeah, really.
like until you actually get someone walk up and pat it or something in front of the camera,
Uh-huh.
you're probably going to have a lot of skeptics shaking their heads all the way up until it airs. And it ends with Malcolm telling Hammond he's gone from Venturus to Capitalist in just 4 years. It hasn't quite been 4 years, but this is sort of leads a lot of contention to what we get in Jurassic World and what Hammond's last dying wish was, and all that sort of thing. But
Yeah, true.
yeah, so that's all I've got for this minute. Have you got anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's get on out of here, and we'll be back for minute 13.
All right, great.
All right, guys, let's get the hell out of here.
Contact details are on the website, thelostworldminute.com. You can email feedback to thelostworldminute@gmail.com, Facebook, The Lost World Minute, Twitter @thelostworldminute, and Instagram, The Lost World Minute.
Easy to remember.
Yeah, yep, very easy to remember. David, thank you for joining me for this record.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back. I've been Brad.
I'm Dave.
And we'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
It is absolutely imperative that we work with the Costa Rican Department of Biological Preserves to establish a set of rules for the preservation and isolation of that island. These creatures require our absence to survive, not our help. And if we could only step aside and trust in nature, life will find a way.